Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Syahira binti Muhammad Fazil. My matric number is 2020988323.
Hi, my name is Nofaiza binti Raza. My matrix number is 2020987839.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Nur Salwaniza binti Shafri. My matric number is 2020987561.
Hi, my name is Aryani Atika binti Arifin Agus and my matrix number is 2020987521.
Hi and Assalamualaikum. My name is Nur Faiza binti Muhammad Salihan. My matric is 2020965773.
Today we will present to you Philips recruitment process. Let's get started.
You have probably heard the slogan Sense and Simplicity, but it has now been replaced with innovation and new. Yes, that's right. The Philips brand slogan. Before that, I will share with you a little bit information about Philips. Royal Philips Electronics NV, commonly known as Philips, is a Dutch multinational technology company founded and headquartered in Eindhoven, Netherlands in 1891. It has been mostly headquartered in Amsterdam, Netherlands since 1997, with the Benelux headquarters is still in Eindhoven. Gerrit Philips and his father Fredericks established the company in 1891 with the light bulb as their initial product. Next, Philips was formerly one of the world's largest electronics company, but it is now focuses on health technology and lighting, with other divisions being divested. Not only that, but it presently employs around 74,000 people across 100 countries. Then, Philips' mission is to improve people's health and well-being through meaningful innovation. By 2030, they aim to have improved 2.5 billion lives every year, including 400 million in underserved communities. As can be seen here, Philips is divided into numerous divisions, including Philips Consumer Electronics, Philips Lighting, Philips Medical System, Philips Domestic Appliance and Personal Care. In addition, there are several examples of Philips products such as 4K UHD LED Android TV, kitchen appliance all-in-one cooker, and long-lasting LED light bulb.
Now, I will present to you the Philips recruitment process. What is recruitment? Recruitment is a process that attracts potential future employees who have KSOS that will help the organizations to achieve its goals. This is the sixth step of Philips recruitment process. The first step is there will be an application submission for the job via the Philips career site. Once the applications have been received, the applicants will receive a confirmation email from the career platform. The second step for the professionals is time for Philips to do homework, which is called as the screening. If the applicants are shortlisted, they will hear from the Philips teams. If it is not a perfect fit this time around, Philips will let the applicants know. Besides, for the student, the applicants need to hold tight while Philips assess the application, which if the candidates are shortlisted, they will hear from the Philips. The next step is the candidates' first conversations with the Philips, which is the first interview. This time is a time for the candidates to shine by grab a chance to find out more about the position, the team, and the Philips. If they both agree the role is a good fit and want to explore further, the candidates will move on to the second interviews. If the Philips decides not to take things further, Philips will let the candidate know why. The fourth step is to get your game face on. This step will be an interview with the Philips potential manager or team. The numbers of the interviews is vary depending on the role, location, and the team. Whatever happens, make sure you are ready to impress whoever you meet along the way. Okay, now comes to the hard part, which is decision making. Philips knows that waiting to hear back can be unsettling, so as soon as possible, final interviews have been taken place. Philips meet internally and make the difficult decision. If candidates gets the job, Philips will send a job offer. If the candidate is not selected, Philips will let the candidate know the reasons why. The last step is the career path, unlike any others. There will be some final paperwork and agreement on the starting date. Philips use an external recruitment. We can see that Philips use an external recruitment method when they searching outside of the current employee pool to fill open position in an organization, which Philips use two types of communication media in order to recruit an outsider from the organization. Firstly, the communication media that Philips use is advertisement. As you can see at the picture, it is an online advertisement made by the Philips, which they use banner ads. It is an online advertisement placed on the websites that Philips believes will be visited by potential applicants. The viewer can easily click over to the Philips official website for the more extensive descriptions of the job. Secondly is organizational websites. Websites are powerful means of not only communicating information about jobs but also reaching applicants who otherwise would not bother to apply. Philips use websites as a recruitment source and recruitment medium as they serve to communicate information about the job and allow to apply online. In the picture above, it is Philips career websites. There are the descriptions of organizations' policies, showing pictures and some video testimonials from the current employee as a way to lure the potential applicants. Philips will ask you what you are interested in, do you have any work experience in what field, and a few questions in order to help to list out the job opportunities based on the applicant's qualifications. There is also a relevant information provided. The Philips careers page are vivid and attractive to the applicants. After that, the applicants just click on to the job position that they want, and there will be information of the job such as job requirement, job description, and step on how to apply.
Now, I will present Philips jobs applicants. Job applicants are the part of the formal requirement process, often used by companies, which is an official form that employers ask all applicants for a positions to fill out. Candidates can fill out the applications through a third-party job listing sites or by visiting the websites of the potential employer. Some employers may ask them to fill out a paper applications. Employers that use job applicants because they provide a consistent format with the same questions that must be answered by each person who applies for an open position. Employers can easily compare the background of work experience of each applicant. This form often requests certain information that is not always included on resumes and CVs, such as professional or personal reference, the names of former supervisor, and a complete educational background. Job applicants, like internet applicants that Philips have used, also have their rules, which is a core component of compliance with the Office of Federal Contracts Compliance Programs, or OFCCP. This rule stipulates that federal contractors and subcontractors must keep data specifically pertaining to requirement practice centered on internet hiring and the solicitations of race, gender, and ethnicity of Internet applicants. Under the Internet applicants rule, Internet applicants are defined as those individuals who have the required via electronic technologies that involve one or more of the following, which is letters, email, resume, database, or any others. For Philips, they will require employees through Internet applicants, which is by their websites, which is Philips Careers. Applicants also can use other job share sites such as Jora, LinkedIn, Jobstreet, Indeed, and Glassdoor in order to share job opportunities at Philips. Through these websites, applicants will be taken directly to the official Philips website after they press the apply button. Philips just collect all applications via their career center only for ensure fairness and an efficient recruitment process to all applicants. Once applicants find a job openings that fits their skills and interests, they can apply with their preferred social media profile or upload their CV or resume. Once their applications has been received, a confirmations email will be sent to their email address on file. Their application will be reviewed by a talent acquisitions professional and assessed based on the position's requirements and their submitted profile. If their application is selected, a member of Philips teams will be in touch with them to arrange a telephone or online interview. But if their application is not selected, they will receive an email notifying them of this status.
Next, I will proceed with Philips selection process. What is selection? Selection is the process of selecting a qualified person who can successfully do a job and deliver valuable contribution to the organization. There are 3 steps to explain Philips selection process, which is the first one is online or written process, followed by technical interview, and lastly is HR interview. The written or online process consists of 5 major sections, namely quantitative aptitude, logical reasoning, verbal reasoning, computer ability, and coding. For quantitative aptitude, the topic that will be covered such as numbers, average, percentage, equation, profit and loss. It tests the quantitative skills along with logical and analytical skills. Candidate can test their own number of handling techniques and problem-solving these questions. Usually, 10 to 50 questions will be asked for this section. For logical reasoning, it is a broad group of aptitude tests which test candidates' problem-solving ability. The topic that will be covered in this section is pie chart, bar chart, arrangement, coding, decoding, blood relation, clocks, calendar, and cubes. These tests may be accounted for any position at any level of recruitment, but they may be particularly common when recruiting for position which require significant problem-solving ability or higher use of logic. 10 to 15 questions will be asked for this section. Next is verbal reasoning. Topic that is covered under verbal reasoning is sentence completion and correction, vocabulary, and reading comprehension. This test can assess candidate ability to understand and comprehend written passage. They are designed to measure candidate verbal comprehension, reasoning, and logic, all through candidate understanding of language. Usually, 10 to 15 questions will be asked. The fourth test is computer ability, which will be asked 15 to 20 questions for this section. This test will be covered data structures, DBMS, computer network, and OOPS concept topics. This test has been designed to assess the ability of candidate computer skills. Candidate must be aware with the function in computer, including basic network and system software. And lastly is coding. Coding is the process of creating instruction for computers using programming language. 2 questions will be asked for this section, but the coding round is not mandatory all the time. Likewise, Philips often conduct a group discussion round for students who have cleared the online test. But this is also optional and hence it may or may not to do it. If conducted, the Philips evaluates the candidates based on their communication skills, knowledge, leadership skills, listening skills, and conceptually ability. Some of the Philips group discussion topics are end of globalization, impact of technology on jobs. Knowledge is the biggest asset you can emulate. Hard work or smart work and browsing at workplace has a direct effect on productivity. Only those candidates who have cleared online or written test round will be called for the interview round, which will explain by the next presenter.
I will continue to present on second and third of selection process of Philips company. Before I start, what is technical interviews? Technical interviews are common amongst employers recruiting for engineering, science, or informational technology roles. Essentially, it is an interview to evaluate your candidate's technical skills, problem-solving skills, and critical thinking skills, which is usually related to the technical knowledge required for the roles and the organization which is you wish to work. The selection process in Philips, candidate must successfully pass it in the first round, which is online or written test, in order to be called to the next stage, which is technical interviews. At this stage, only successful candidates are eligible to be in the technical interviews. In the technical interviews by Philips, questions can be asked about any topic chosen by the panel. In the second round of Philips selection process, candidate needs to know, understand, and be clear with the basics of their computer topics. Candidate can expect questions from data structure and algorithms, DBMS, operating system, networks, OOPS, and programming language of choice of candidates. So, candidates need to research and understand well for those topics. For candidates who are not from the field of computer science or technology, they need to do preparation in the field related to which they are applying in the Philips company. Candidates will be asked by Philips recruiters to write code in the interviews, submit questions from the candidate resume, or solve puzzles related to the certain case in the technical interview. Then, after the candidate successfully pass the technical interview round, they have to advance to the final round, which is the HR interview. Well, in this all the last round and will be taken by the HR Philips company. This round basically assesses the candidate's background and experience, level of stability and confidence, strengths, weakness, ability to handle the role, examine your background, and to find out if you are suitable for this job. In this round, HR will ask questions related to your life and career, why you want to work with Philips. Here are some of the commonly asked by HR interview questions in Philips selection process, which is, tell me about yourself, how you see yourself after 5 years from now, why should we hire you? If candidates are selected this final round with each HR interviews, candidate will meet the hiring manager and members of Philips teams in the company. The exact amount of the interviews and who candidates will meet with varies by roles, location, and hiring manager. Here are some other requirements in the terms of skills that Philips require which are ability to communicate and interact at all levels so that comfort and unity can be forced in a company. Then, consistently produce error-free work. This is very important because if there are many mistakes in producing Philips products, it will cause losses to be suffered by the Philips. Philips candidate, which is ability to use technology creatively to solve customer problems. Next, Philips wants someone who ability to handle multitask in a high-volume production environment. Next, should be a good team player. Philips wants someone who is good team player to be able to join achieve the company goals in producing Philips products. Then, produce high-quality work while paying strict attention to detail when producing the product. Next, excellent organization and decision-making skills. Creative candidates will help Philips to achieve the company goals. Next, flexible candidate for changing shift. Philips needs candidates who accept the Philips company ways of working that adopt the way of working in the shift. And the last one is a full-time course must be applicable. Philips is looking for a permanent candidate in its company to assist in the production of its product.
Here come the final steps in Philips requirement process, which is Philips decision making. What is decision making? Decision making is a process of making choice by identifying decisions, gathering information and assessing alternative solutions. In hiring by Philips, after applicants' final round of interviews, there is a short internal debrief meeting held between all interviewers and the recruiter. This is to ensure all evaluations and experience are heard before making the important final decision. The decisions is then shared with them as the candidates as soon as possible. If candidates are selected for the positions, the recruiter will contact them to verbally discuss the terms of their job offer and a potential start date. After this verbal discussion, they will then receive written documentations that includes their complete job offer detail and instructions for confirming their acceptance. Their recruiter will be available to answer any questions or future requests they may have to finalize the requirement process and start to plan for a fresh start. But if they are not selected for the position, their recruiter also will share this information with them as well as a professional courtesy and in acknowledgement of their time and interest in Philips. However, if Philips has another vacancy which corresponds to an existing previously filled application in the future, Philips will recall the applicants as their resume will remain in the Philips database. Philips also recommends that they submit a separate applications for each role that they are interested in for the greatest chance of success.
In conclusion, Philips' effective requirement and selection process has reduced turnover and also got a better results in the requirement process since they advertised specific criteria and required skills relevant to the job. Then, Philips will select the candidates based on the qualifications shown in resumes, interviews, employment history, and background checks. They will find the most suitable candidate for the position. As a result, they will be able to make faster and more accurate candidate selection decision into the company. This will increase productivity and improve quality of Philips goods and service. Next, the recruitment and selection process is not only to identify candidates who have experience and ability to do the desired job, but it also to find someone who shares and support the core value of the company. Furthermore, The proper selection and hiring process ensures that employees are able to adapt and work well with others in this company. Lastly, the careful selection function provides an important opportunity to focus on the candidates that offered by Philips in order for them to be able to perform well.
Here are some recommendations that Philips can use to improve their recruitment process. Firstly is keep an eye on the reviews. Potential employees often seek the insider information about the companies that they want to work for, and this includes the salary estimate, interview tips, and reviews from the current and former employees from sites such as Glassdoor and JobStreet. Study shows that 86% of Glassdoor users read the company reviews and rating before deciding to apply for a job. Top candidates may not even apply in the first place if they don't like what they see, which is 50% of job seekers said they would not take a job with a company that had a bad reputation. Two actions that draw in the candidates include being active on the review websites and also posting accurate information. If Philips have a lot of negative reviews from the former employees, it may be time to work on the company culture before Philips try to fill any open position. Doing so can improve Philips' employee retention and lead to more positive reviews that will attract quality employees. Secondly is Philips need to ensure the process is consistent with all the applicants. Make sure that every candidate goes through the same thing no matter how far she or he through the process. Every candidate should be asked the same question during the interview. It's okay to ask the personalized question, but if some candidates are being asked about their project management skills and the others are not, then this need to be fixed. Besides, to reduce the bias like favoring a candidate from a specific school or who has worked in a certain company, Philips can use a hiring scorecard to make sure that education, experience, certification, and training are accounted for with each candidate in a similar manner. That's all from us. Thank you.